Hey, good morning guys, Justice here. I've been a little under the weather. I got food poisoning a little over a week ago. It's been hard to go. I've got a doctor's visit later on today, but thank God I made it through all that. Had to go to the ER and was in the hospital for about 2.5 days. But I'm doing a lot better now. I feel like I am trying to get back out here at it. But I've been talking to him about a mini excavator, and it finally came in. It's been about 2 months in the work. I'd talked with Yanmar and I talked with Volvo. Guy from Volvo talked to me yesterday and said they sold theirs, so it'd be a couple weeks. But they went ahead and brought me the Yanmar out from Chattanooga Tractor. I got a 55 this time. They got the counterweight ordered for it, additional one. I think it weighs 430 pounds to give it a little more lifting power in the front and stuff. But it's a true zero right now the way they got it. But show you my new project I got to do for a friend of mine. This one's been in the works for a while, and he's been very patient waiting on me since December. It's been a wet place right here. So we're gonna be putting in a driveway, grading out for a new home back there. We got all the locates done. And you can see right here, this water, it's moving. It's been running the whole time. And right here where the culvert goes, there's a city water main buried here. I think it's a 10-inch or 12-inch pipe. But it's right in the ditch line where the culvert would go. So I met with the county. There's another ditch back there toward that tree just in front of it, and I've shot the elevations out here. So instead of putting a culvert in over this wet spot right here, because they came out and dug it out looking for a leak and they couldn't find anything. I think there's a spring somewhere in this general area. They said they tested it and it didn't have the stuff, chlorine in it, so it's not a city water leak. But I don't want to put that pipe right on top of that main, because when I saw the pictures that the owner took, the water main's only got maybe a 15, 18 inches of dirt over top of it, and I got to put an 18-inch culvert in, and it'd be sitting right on top of that plastic water main, and we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is put an 18-inch culvert in back here. I got to dig up one stump right there. We got utilities overhead. I've already got all that called in and marked, and we're good on all that. So this ditch has got water in it too, so it's moving. But once I get across this, I got one more in the back. It gets a 24-inch culvert. But this I know is going to be a little slow go at the start. Just trying to get it dried out above it. We got some chert coming. We'll cover that up, fill that in. And we got the packer here, the dozer, and the Takeuchi. So we're gonna unload this Yanmar, and I'm gonna get my truck out of the road, and we'll get started. And it's good to see you guys, and I want to appreciate the ones that's commented that they're praying for me. That means so much. It just touches my heart, you know. People care about other folks, and I want you to know that your prayers are felt, and I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. So guys, I'm gonna start out just kind of cleaning this up, getting this water to move on out. I got one stump right over here, and we're gonna get this new Yanmar muddy, I guess. Let's get at it. So I started cleaning this out, getting the topsoil and the mud and the roots off these trees out of the way. Like I was saying before, it's not very deep down the top of that water main. So we've got big chert coming in. We're gonna fill this in. I'm digging it down to good ground. Set you guys up on the Mini and we'll get to digging. Well, I got most of the top dirt and the roots stripped off and the mud. You can see right here how the water's coming up. I had it dry But you can see it moving right there. They said it's not the water leak. So we got a high water table here. Well, we got a hickory stump right there. It's just straining that mini and softening all the ground up right here. I'm gonna take the dozer over here and push that out. Then I'll take the mini and throw it up out of the way, and all this wet dirt and stuff, I'll use it further on back in the property. I'm just gonna leave it piled up and let it dry. I don't like the looks of that water over here where it's coming in, but it's uphill this way, it's uphill this way. There's nowhere for it to go. I don't know if that line's leaking, but they said it wasn't. We got some big chert coming. We're gonna put that over it. There's only maybe another foot of dirt over top of that water main. So we'll get the 850 here and we'll roll this stump out. Thing was in there pretty good. That little 850, it pushes them out pretty good. It's got a lot of lifting power on the front. Need to get in there and gnaw and paw it out. I'm gonna take the mini, throw that thing out of the way, and this is what we got out here. This is the other water. So we're gonna put an 18-inch culvert in here. I may bring my mower for the mini and put on that and brush cut that stuff there so I can get some sun in here, start drying it out instead of digging it up. Same way up through here, get a little sunlight in. But first load of church should be getting pretty close to being here. But I'm gonna get the dozer across here. I got some trees to take out. You see the stumps where they sawed, cut them off right through here. Start putting an opening in here. I'll probably take the mini and go ahead and set that stuff out too. I don't want to mash it down in the mud and get that water flowing where it can just get on out here and get gone. You can see the water flowing here where I dug out the sticks and limbs where they could walk across it and drive a four-wheeler across. Flowing pretty good there. It's gonna have to be dug out all the way down to that next culvert down there. That stuff had a lot of stuff mashed in it right there. Now I gotta get the dozer across on this side. I just didn't want to mash it down any further. And so hopefully the dozer will come on across it. Don't want to get stuck, but I might. Well, I made it over it. I'll probably take the mini, rake it down a little bit where that move a little faster. Yeah, this one's got a lot of water over here. It's gonna be a rough one. as you can tell, that's some rotten stuff right here. It's like pudding coming out. There'll be a lot of hauling in right here to fix this area. Just have to keep working my way from the road on back, hauling in, digging the mud out, setting it to the side, let her dry. Gonna save these pretty wide oaks. You gotta take a few down. So set you guys up back here and I'll head that way too. Start getting some of these stumps up and letting this be drying. Well, it's a muddy place. load of chert made a little bit ago. I was back up in there with a bulldozer pushing, trying to dry it out. Boy, it's a wet place. So I'm gonna start walking that chert in from that side there and just kind of squeeze this water across. I cleaned that out to where it was pretty dry and hard, but I know that water's gonna make it softer. Well, I'm hoping the next load's got a little more rock in it where I can squeegee this stuff on out of it. I think it'll quit coming up. I think it's just bleeding out right there because it's so low. I'm pretty sure it's not the water line leaking, because that ditch over there is flowing pretty hard.